Endless hunger, twisted limbs, a soul so cold it could freeze the world. The Wendigo isn't just a monster, it's a warning. A creature from ancient legend that doesn't just kill, it devours who you are. It's haunted North America's darkest forest for centuries, and it might still be out there. Hey guys, welcome back to PheelsBad Lore, a channel where we deep dive into all things creepy, cursed, and crawling through the dark. If it goes bump at night, you'll hear about it here. Today we're diving deep into the oldest and most terrifying legend in North American folklore, the Wendigo. The Wendigo comes from stories of the Algonquian speaking tribes of North America. In their legends, the Wendigo is a spirit of famine, a being that was once human until it committed the ultimate taboo, cannibalism. When someone eats human flesh to survive, especially during harsh winters, their souls become corrupted. Their bodies stretch unnaturally, their hearts freeze over, and they become the dreaded Wendigo. It's said to roam the woods hunting endlessly. No matter how much it eats, it's never full. It's always starving. The more it devours, the hungrier it becomes. And the scariest part? Some versions say you don't even have to eat humans. By giving into greed, selfishness, or cruelty is enough to become one of these terrifying beings and roam endlessly, starving and hunting. The Wendigo isn't just your average monster. It's a supernatural predator with horrifying abilities, and here's what you need to know if you come across one. It's got supernatural strength as it can rip apart trees and people, limb from limb. It's got unnatural speed, so fast it can barely be touched or seen. It voice mimics. It can imitate your friends, your children, and even your own voice to lure you into its den, into its prime hunting position. Some believe the Wendigo spirit can affect a person's mind, twisting them from the inside and slowly turning them into what they dread. The Wendigo's creepy figure. Spiritual hunger. It feeds on more than just your flesh as it devours yourself. It feeds on fear, guilt, and suffering. It's not just hunting your body, it's after your soul and your mind as well. But you don't need to fear, as the Wendigo in fact does have some potent weaknesses. Well, it usually doesn't, but if you're lucky or prepared, there are a few ways to fight back and protect yourself. The most common weakness described is fire. The most consistent method is for you to burn it to ash, if you can keep it still enough to do so. And destroying its heart, the Wendigo's frozen heart is often its core. Pierce it and the creature dies on the spot. Or by using a few spirit rituals. Some tribes have ceremonies that can banish or weakness the Wendigo's spirit, but those rituals are sacred and extremely dangerous to attempt, and often kills those involved in carrying it out. Even then, the spirit doesn't truly die, it just waits for the next soul to break in and corrupt, slowly giving into greed, suffering, and ambitions of negative intent. With the Wendigo being so popular, it's made its way into popular movies and even has some awesome game appearances. The Wendigo's legend has spread far beyond its normal cult-like following of sitting around the fire and describing its terrifying curse, with it featuring prominently until Dawn 2015. The Wendigo is the center of the plot, turning people into them through cannibalism. The game sticks very close to the original myth, and I highly suggest checking it out. Another future movie which capitalizes on Wendigo's true intent in a horrific way is Antlers. It represents trauma, abuse, and inherited pain, and Del Toro even helped produce it and design the creature itself. For those unaware, Del Toro is a famous director and worked on sequences like Blade, and is credited for making the Hellboy franchise what it is today. Mainstream and oh so good. And can I just say, it is truly terrifying. Subscribe and like if you would like my full breakdown of Antlers coming next week. And who are we to stick away from Supernatural, one of the all-time best TV series to describe any beast you can possibly watch? with season 1 episode 2 featuring a classic Wendigo that stalks campers in the wind. It's fast, brutal, and absolutely terrifying. You can also check a funnier side with Ravenous 1999, a black comedy film which blends the Wendigo myth with a manifestation of destiny. It's pretty underrated, but a good watch if you've got time. Even Stephen King once delved Wendigo-like spirit with Pet Sematary. It's an evil, ancient soul which harvests unknown terror. Highly suggest checking it out. So whether it's forest stalking or even cursed spirits, the Wendigo keeps showing up and its presence keeps growing because it's just that terrifying, and what it represents is truly horrific. The Wendigo is more than just a monster, it's also a symbol. Originally, it was a warning against cannibalism and selfishness in its time of famine, but over time it has become to represent so much more. The Wendigo can symbolize addiction, a hunger that can be satisfied by only breaking absolute desire, colonialism, destroying land and lives for greed, isolation, becoming less human. The more you disconnect from others, the more deep you dive into it, and just generational trauma, pain passed down from one monstrous being to the next. In modern stories, the Wendigo often shows and represents the loss of self-control, which means you dive deep into everything you can possibly fight against just to give in and turn into the most terrifying version of yourself. When you give in to your worst instincts, your worst desires, you often become less than human itself. You become the one thing you tried never to become. So, now you know the legend itself. The Wendigo isn't just a scary story, it's an ancient fear, wrapped in bones, ice, and hunger. It reflects what happens when desperation meets darkness, and sometimes it's already inside of you, whispering, "Feed me, give in, do what you want to do." So, thanks for watching PheelsBad Lore, and if this video sent chills down your spine, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what creature you'd like me to comment next. Whether it's legend, spirit, or real phenomenon, some monsters need to be highlighted and need to be shared. So, like and subscribe, especially if you want to see my video on Antlers, the Wendigo's most horrific form. Thanks again, guys.